It all starts with one woman. It's July 1518. In Strasbourg, the air is thick. The streets are narrow. The city feels tense. And then, without warning, a woman steps into the street and begins to dance. No music, no celebration, no reason anyone can see. She just starts moving. At first, people watch from a distance, curious, confused, maybe even slightly amused. But she doesn't stop. Not after a few minutes, not after an hour. By nightfall, she's still dancing. And by morning, she's still going. At some point, curiosity turns into unease. Because this isn't normal exhaustion. This isn't someone performing or celebrating. This looks involuntary. Witnesses later describe something unsettling. Her face strained, her body forced forward by something that doesn't seem like her choice. And then something worse happens. Others begin to join her. Not all at once, one here, another there, drawn in or pulled in a way no one fully understands. Within a week, there are dozens. Within a month, hundreds. Now the question isn't what is she doing, it's what's happening to all of them. Imagine living here. You wake up, step outside, and the street is filled with people who won't stop moving. Some are barefoot, some are bleeding, some look like they're on the verge of collapse, and still, they keep dancing. There's no music guiding them, no rhythm you can hear, just bodies moving over and over as if rest is no longer an option. People try to help at first. They offer water, they try to pull them away, but it doesn't work. Some collapse from exhaustion, and when they recover, they start again. Reports begin to spread. Some people say they danced for days, others claim weeks. There are mentions of deaths, heart failure, stroke, pure exhaustion, and still, no one knows why it's happening. This isn't a disease anyone recognizes. It doesn't spread like a fever. It doesn't look like madness in the way people understood madness at the time. It is entirely something else. Something that feels contagious, but not in a way they can see. Eventually, city officials step in. And this is where the story takes a strange turn. Because their solution isn't to stop the dancing, it is to encourage it. Physicians at the time believed the dancers are suffering from something called hot blood, an imbalance that needs to be released. So they create spaces for it. They clear halls, they bring in musicians, they hire people to keep the dancers moving. The logic is simple, at least to them. If the body needs to dance it out, let them finish. Picture that scene. A growing number of exhausted people are already collapsing in the street. Now there is music, there is structure, there is support, not to stop, but to continue. And for a while, it works in the worst possible way. The dancing intensifies, more people join. What started as something strange becomes something overwhelming. So what caused this? One of the earliest theories is ergot poisoning. A mold that grows on rye. It can cause hallucinations, spasms, strange physical reactions. At first, it seems like it fits. Contaminated food, altered behavior, but there's a problem. Ergot doesn't typically produce sustained, coordinated movement. It causes pain, convulsions, loss of control, but in a different way. Not like this, repeated rhythmic motion over days. So researchers start looking elsewhere. This is where the idea of mass psychogenic illness comes in, what we sometimes call mass hysteria. It's not fake. It's not people pretending. It's the mind influencing the body under extreme stress. And Strasbourg at the time was under a lot of it. Famine, disease, economic pressure, religious tension. People weren't just uncomfortable, they were living in a constant state of strain. And when that kind of pressure builds, it looks for a release. In rare cases, the release becomes shared. One person starts, others follow, not consciously, not deliberately, but through something deeply human: observation, fear, and suggestion. At the time, many people believed in something called Saint Vitus' curse. The idea that a saint could punish people by forcing them to dance uncontrollably. So when this started happening, it didn't feel random at all. It fit into a story they already knew. And when something fits your worldview, it becomes easier to accept and even to experience. Belief doesn't just shape how we think, it can shape what we feel and what we perceive, even how our bodies respond. Eventually, the authorities changed course. They banned music, they discouraged gatherings. In some cases, they sent people to religious sites, hoping for intervention. And slowly, the dancing fades. No clear moment where it stops, no single solution that fixes it. It just disappears, as strangely as it began. And that leaves us with a question, not just about what happened, but about how something like this could happen at all. Because it's easy to look back and think of it as distant and irrational, almost impossible. But the conditions that created it, stress, fear, uncertainty, shared belief, or shared delusion, those aren't rare, they're human. So maybe the real question isn't why did they dance? Maybe it's this: if you had been there, standing in that street watching it all unfold, how long before it started to feel possible, and how long before your body followed? If you found the story interesting, there are more like it. Moments where the history slips into something almost unexplainable. Subscribe to Pivot Point History if you want more historical deep dives like this. And if you have a theory about what really happened in 1518, I'm curious to hear it, so drop a comment below.